Okay, so I wanted to do another card reading today, just to give us a bit more guidance and to show us what we need to think about in the next step of moving forwards and awakening and growing and developing. Because this is a time of rebirth right now. We're all going through great changes, great shifts, and the more that we can embrace this, and do our own spiritual work, then the more we're going to get out of this time. So instead of thinking of it as a time where we're paused, where we can't be working, we can't be productive, we can't be making money or doing anything, can't be interacting with our friends, building networks and communities, it's actually a time where we can focus on spiritual growth and put all of our personal finances there in terms of our energetic finances. And then when we come out of this time that we're in right now, this great big pause, we will be different, we will be changed, we will be better, we will be bigger, we will be stronger, we will be more powerful, and we will have built new kingdoms for ourselves. And maybe our careers will have changed for the better. I hope so. I think most of us will find our way through this, and we will evolve in better, brighter, and more beautiful ways. So the card for today is the Hermit, and I've left the card upside down because the card was pulled upside down. And so the Hermit is a card that basically encourages us to stop, to pause, to go inwards, to be silent, to be quiet, to be alone, to go off into the woods and spend time there in solitude, to contemplate the meaning of life, what we're doing in our own life, what's happened in the past, what we'd like to happen in the future, and where we are right now at this exact moment in time. And I think that we've been doing a lot of this hermit work previously for the last 5-6 weeks, however long you've been in this quarantine. And I think a lot of us have realised and learnt a lot of things about ourselves and about the world too, and the way that we move around it and think about it and use it, and about how we see and treat others as well. But the card right here today is upside down, and so it's, instead of encouraging us to spend more time alone and do more of this solo work, it's actually a prompt. It's a prompt asking us, encouraging us to reach out and to build more community, to come out of our little dark cave, our hole, our forest, wherever we've been in solitude, and to reach out and connect to our friends and our family again, and also our soul group and the people who could potentially be in our soul group. So if you've been thinking about what you would like to do in your life from here onwards, it's a time to go out and find your tribe. You spent the time thinking about what you would like to build next in your life, who you'd like to become, and now is a time to go out and find your tribe. So come out of the dark and come out as a leader, come out as a mentor, come out as a guidance counselor, come out as someone who is stronger, who is wiser, who has a clear vision of the future and also of the present. And then, in doing that, you can be a mentor to other people. You can be a light, a source of light for them. And I think that's really powerful and really, really important right now, is how can we be of service to other people? And the way that we can be of most service to other people is to be an anchor for them, a rock for them, somewhere to sit and to stay and to feel grounded and safe. We can also be a vessel for them, somewhere for them to pour all of their emotion into, and just hold space, just to sit there quietly, nodding, listening, saying very, very little. Very little is needed in a situation like that. Just being supportive and holding space for someone. And then we can also be the mentor, be the friend, be the older sister or the parent, leading them forward, guiding them towards where they can go next, how they can be, and a teacher, teaching them a different way of looking at things, a different way of acting, a different way of viewing the situation right now. Because where we are right now doesn't have to be all fear-based. It can also be bright and positive. It's this amazing opportunity if we don't think too much about the things that make us scared. So we don't think about the 5G and the possible ramifications of that. We don't think about the virus and the possible ramifications of that, and how it may affect us and those near and dear to us, and how it may affect other people in the world. If we focus on things like the animals and the earth, and how they're coming out to play again, and we're seeing amazing things in terms of the animals and what they're getting up to, and it's almost surreal because we've never seen stuff like this before. It's almost like it's out of a movie. And with the earth as well, it's like pollution is going down and the earth is healing, just a very small personal example is like I have this cacti on my window ledge outside, and I live in the middle of the city, and this cacti kind of died last summer, and it kind of shriveled up and it didn't look very healthy, but I left it on the window ledge and I continue to water it every so often because I wanted to give it the best possible chance. And I thought, if I have it outside and it's got the sun and the air, then maybe it will come back to life again, and maybe living inside was the problem for it. And then 2 weeks into the quarantine, this cacti just suddenly looked really healthy again and has come back to life. And not only that, this cacti is now producing little pink flowers, and I have never ever seen flowers on this cacti, like not once, not even when I bought it in the first place and before I started meddling with it. Every morning I look at that cacti and I focus on that cacti and what its message is to me. And the message is that, don't worry about what's going on outside, because look at me. I am hope, I am life, I am rebirth and regrowth, and I am proof that things that are dead can be resurrected, and things that were dormant can come back to life. And I look at that cacti and I apply that cacti and its message to my entire life, and it gives me hope, it gives me comfort. And that's been really, really powerful and useful to me, and it's helped me get through these past few weeks, and stay grounded and rational and focused on what I want to stay focused on, and not get distracted by the news. So I encourage you to take a close look at this card, the Hermit, and just ask yourself, what does it mean for you? I think I might, if I turn the card up the right way. So the Hermit in this deck is standing on the edge of a mountain. It's all snowy and cold, very bleak and empty and desolate, but also quite beautiful and peaceful and calm. Behind him is the night sky, deep, deep blue. Again, very peaceful and calm. He's holding a staff in his hand, and the staff is kind of a golden brown colour. And it's firm, and it's steady, and it's strong, and it's grounded. He's very tall. He's standing up very, very straight. Again, he is grounded. Even on the edge of a mountain, he is grounded. He is strong. And he's holding in his hand a lantern. This golden glowing light shining out into the darkness and lighting it up, illuminating it. His head is bowed in reverence, in thought and contemplation. He's a very, very peaceful chap. He makes me feel peaceful just looking at him, in fact. I feel really drawn towards him. And so yeah, I can relate a lot to the character of the Hermit, and I'm sure you can too, in light of recent weeks and stuff. But now is the time to come out of that energy and to be a part of the world again, not literally, not physically, in the way that we were before, but in a new way. And I think this card is encouraging us to build new pathways and bridges out to the world, and to see how we can expand our social network, so that we can be of greater service. So I leave you with that message and that thought. I hope it resonates with you, and I hope that it helps you, and inspires you, and gives you comfort and grounding as well. If you would like to book a reading with me, please check out my website or contact me directly. you can email me from my website, which is lemonrosepetals.com. And yeah, and I'd be happy to give you a private reading. All right, take care. Bye.